Hello friends, welcome to today's practice. Today I have a short flow that is focusing on the back body. So when you're ready, meet me in a seated position of your choice. So just arriving here on the mat, maybe closing down the eyes, maybe just softening the gaze if that's more comfortable. And just checking in with how you're doing, and noticing your breathing. Maybe deepening your breath, breathing in and out through the nose. I really invite you to notice what you're showing up onto the mat with today. And let this practice be what you need it to be today, depending on how you're doing. Move at your own pace, with your own breath. Feel free to come in and out of poses when it suits you. That's really important. Maybe breathing a little bit more deeply now into the belly. And gently opening eyes if they were closed. If you can, if it's comfortable to do so, join me in a cross-legged position in Sukhasana. Palms are going to come to the knees and we're going to do some stirring the pots. So we're going to inhale to come forward, arching the back here, and exhale as we come round to round the back body. Inhale to coming forward, arching the back, exhaling to round the body. Move at your own pace in one direction. Maybe spending a little bit of time in any sort of juicy bits that need a bit more attention. Next time you come forwards, reverse your circle, sending it back. Lovely. Bring it back to a neutral position and we're going to come forwards onto all fours into tabletop. So wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and we're just going to do some good old cat-cows, tilting the tailbone up towards the sky, arching the back, looking up, exhaling, rounding through the tailbone to round the back up. Maybe today you want to make it a little bit more dynamic, so maybe you come back down before you come back up again. Maybe you take some barrel rolls in one direction. Just whatever feels good when we stretch out the back a little bit here. Make sure you've evened it out. Whatever you've chosen. We're going to tuck the back toes under, planting the palms down and push back to downward dog. Walking out the dog, pedaling the feet, waking up the hammies. Maybe we get a little bit weird, twisting from side to side. Getting into those hips a little bit more. When you've reached some stillness, inhale here. Exhale. And we're going to round the back just like we were doing in cat, coming forward into a plank or half plank. and we're going to lower all the way down to our bellies. Palms are going to hover off the floor, and we're going to lift up into Ardha Bhujangasana or baby cobra, but without the support of our hands. So we're really now starting to turn on the back body. Inhale here, exhale, release. We're going to do that twice more. So inhale, lift up, palms come off the floor. Exhaling to release down to the mat. Inhale, lifting up off the floor, really squeezing the back body here. Exhale, release back down to the floor. Curl the toes under, press up into plank, and then back into downward dog. And inhale here, exhale. Inhale, look forward, and we're going to tippy toe up to the top of the mat, the half lift. This time we're going to bring our arms back into aeroplane and really try and squeeze our shoulder blades together, like we're trying to hold something between our shoulder blades or crack a nut or something, and really squeezing so we've got lots of strength building in the back body. Inhale here, exhale, release, round the back over, maybe we bend the knees. Inhale, lifting up, big stretch here, and exhale, hands come down to the sides for Tadasana. Inhaling, arms come up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift with aeroplane arms. Inhaling here, squeezing the back. Exhale, palms come down, step back into plank or half plank, and lowering all the way down to the belly. This time our arms are going to come next to our sides, palms facing up. We're going to lift the chin and chest off the floor, the arms off the floor, and the legs off the floor to come into locust. If that's a little bit too much, you can drop the legs down. If that's still a bit much, come back to a baby cobra, trying as best you can to hover the palms off the floor. We're going to take 3 deep breaths in here. 1, 2, 3. Release. Make a little pillow with the arms. Maybe wiggle the hips from side to side to release that lower back. We're going to do that one more time, bringing the arms back to your sides. On an inhale, lifting up with the chest, up with the arms, up with the legs, squeezing our glutes, our back, our shoulders are rolling back. Hold here for 3 breaths. Keep squeezing, so nearly there. One more breath. And release down, make a little pillow, rock the hips from side to side. Palms come underneath the shoulders. We're going to press up to tabletop. So nice, firm foundation here in tabletop. So really pressing down through the knees and through the palms, nice wide fingers. We are going to reach our right arm out in front so that the pinky is resting on the ground. We're going to straighten the left leg so that the toes are on the ground. From here, we're going to lift the arm and the leg and release. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to release. Inhale to lift. This time, depending on how you are, if this is plenty for you, stay here. If you want a little bit more, send the right arm back and bend the left knee so that the toes are pointing up towards the sky. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you can catch the toes coming into tiger. Pressing the foot into the hand, maybe we come into a little bit of a deeper back bend, really using that glute, opening up that right shoulder to lift the leg a little bit higher. Hold wherever you are for 3 breaths. I'm shaking, this is hard. Lovely. Slowly release with control. Come into a child's pose for a breath before we do the other side. Okie dokie, straight into it. Grounding through the right palm and the left knee. We're going to send that left arm out in front so the pinky is resting on the ground. Straightening the right leg out so the toes are on the ground. We're going to inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Really think about engaging the lower core so we're not arching too much here. Inhale to lift. This time, maybe we swing the left arm back, bend the right knee. Maybe we catch the toes, pushing into the hand, lifting up. Find your drishti, your spot to help you balance, lifting up into tiger. Really engaging that glute so it's an active pose, so we're using our strength as well to lift the back leg up. 3 more breaths here. You can come out anytime you want, but try and push yourself. And exhale slowly to release. Come back into child's pose. I recommend having the knees together and letting the arms hang down at your sides to round the back body, round the shoulder blades open. Great work, team. And then inhale, coming up, we're going to sit over on our side and extend the legs out in front of us. I'm in a little bit of a hollow here, so I'm just going to switch around, but you're fine, stay here. Okie dokie. So when you're in your Dandasana here, inhale, lifting the arms up overhead. Exhaling, folding forward. Maybe we catch the toes. Maybe we need a strap. This is just the carrying handle for my yoga mat to create a little bit more space. If you're here, then that can help you to work towards lengthening through the spine before you then fold forward. And we're just going to stay here. Always feel free to take the option of bending your knees to take a little bit more pressure off the hamstrings. And think about, if we're working on our hamstring flexibility, think about a slight tilt. So we're almost tilting the tailbone up. Might be a little bit hard to see, but instead of rounding, we're doing more cow pose rather than cat. That can really help to work on lengthening the hamstring at the top of the hamstring rather than at the bottom of the hamstring, if that makes sense. So wherever you are, take 2 more deep breaths in here. Inhale to come up. And the last little bit that we're going to do, if you would like to join me in some rock and rolls, they can be really nice for the back. If they're a little bit too intense, maybe just come back to Sukhasana and do some stirring the pots. If not, join me in some rock and rolls. Hands can go anywhere, maybe behind the thighs, maybe over the shins, and we're just gonna rock and roll up and down the length of the spine. You can go side to side as well. Really good on the lower back. Here we go, I'll just do a few more. I'm on a bit of a slope here, so it's a little bit hard to control everything. Ooh, there we go, okay, that'll do. I think I've tempted fate enough without flying off down there. And we will all meet in our seated position, whatever is more comfortable for you. And we're just going to close the practice by taking a few more, last few deep inhales and exhales. Notice how you're feeling. Notice if that felt quite challenging, and if it did, wonderful, because that means you're pushing yourself. And it can be frustrating, I totally get it, but hopefully you had a go. And if you easy breezed your way through it, I hope you had fun. Inhale, exhale, bringing the palms together, Anjali Mudra. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely as we bow our heads. Namaste. Have a wonderful day.